at times, really, wasn't it? You know what I mean? You look at Jeffrey Simmons led us in scoring. We came out, started a little bit slow, just gave up one long pass play, but defense bounced back, holds them to a field goal. We give up an interception, and they score on like a 3-yard scoring drive or 2-yard scoring drive. And then defense kind of really buckles down, completely shuts them down. Offensively, then we started rolling on offense and really hit some explosive plays and played well, for the most part right there. They come back. Such a weird deal. They get a PAT return for 2. Our defense, our one defense really just gave up 2 field goals, on the day. So I'm really pleased with how they play. Took it to a kind of a big step forward. Defensively, offensively, we got to clean some things up. We just got to constantly execute cleaner throughout the course of the game. But I think overall we played well. And get ready for league play next week.
The impact a guy like Simmons could have, not just on defense, but making special teams plays like that.
Oh, it's crazy, wasn't it? We go safe punt, and he goes and blocks the punt and scores, and he was going crazy. That was pretty exciting to see. You know what I mean? He's a guy that works his tail off. And I know he's a very talented player, but don't mistake that for the fact of how hard he works every day at practice to be able to put himself in a position to make those plays.
Can you explain the 80-something-yard balls, fumblerooski, whatever
Is that like
was?
That's what I'm saying. That's crazy stuff right there. There's.
You ever seen third?
Like our guys are saying, hey, we might get top 10 play of the week. With Jeffrey with 2 touchdowns in a game, and then we're going to get top 10 worst play of the week. Was that like? I'm like watching it. I'm like, just pick it up. And it was like, honestly, we looked worse than Liverpool did this morning. You know what I mean? Losing 5-0 to Man City. That was awful. But it was like a premiership game broke out in the middle of the fourth quarter.
You ever seen a third in '93?
I've never seen a third, and I don't think any. Has there ever been? Can't get much more than that. You really can't. It's got to be top 10 in college football history. I got to say, because there can't be a lot of
third and goal '93.
Third and goal, third and '93. He's just not a lot of those in college football history.
Michael Story got thrown in at left guard today. What do you think of him?
We'll see on film. Like I said, the offense at times I thought executed fairly well. We were able to run the ball fairly well today, right? What do we have? 327, which is big. When you come on the road, you want to be able to be, you come on a road in an environment, they're ready for this game. A very explosive offense that we were going to play. A team that's picked to win their conference championship, and you want to be able to establish a run game. We were able to do that and play in a bunch of different guys.
What had happened to Darryl?
He banged up his shoulder, but he'd had that all week. He was sore all week, and he just hit it. And I think, once we were rolling with Michael a little bit and just kept it going at that point.
Gary Green had a huge game tonight.
Yeah.
What made him effective?
Oh, his work ethic. He's another one. Gary's poster child type person. You know what I mean? Great student, leadership committee. Everything you ask him to do, he's going to do as hard as he possibly can. And that translates when you watch him play. The energy he plays the game with, the intensity he plays is pretty special.
The defense spearheaded that. They were down 9-0, and the
Yeah.
defense really spearheaded it. It's just a contrast from last year. What have you seen from that unit?
Well, you know what? I was really pleased with the team. As you're on the road, we have a young football team, and we dropped down 9-0. Todd does a fantastic job. Everybody just calm down. We're down 9-0 on a 2-yard drive and a long pass, one play for a long pass play. So, but I was really pleased he did a great job. Our defensive coaches just calming guys down. And I'm pleased with the leadership on our team, the maturity they kind of have there. All of a sudden, you're on a road, you look atrocious start, you know what I mean? And now we allowed their crowd to get excited, but everybody just calmed down, did their job. We came out and started making plays.
How would you evaluate Nick's performance today? Started a little slow.
Yeah, the same deal. You know what I mean? He did. I don't think he started real well. I told him that. I was laughing with him about that. But it shows some of his maturity of just kind of understanding, not force. Coming back and just saying, okay, that's fine. I started poor. Yeah, I didn't play real well to start the game, but that's okay. Just play the next play. Don't worry about it. Then keep moving forward.
You mentioned you had it rolling offensively there at one point. What was it that made the run game so good tonight?
Well, you got it. We blocked him up front, you know what I mean, and that's what it did. And then you put on top. To me, Harris was running the ball hard. He only had 9 carries.
Wish you had more, looking back on it?
Well, no, I mean, I'm fine. I thought he had some more because I thought he was really running hard and physical, you know what I mean? And, you know, it wasn't, like you look at, like Fitz's numbers sometimes. Fitz, you know, with 10 carries has 3 or 4 hard-nosed runs and then a lot of, you know, run to the outside and run out of bounds. Or, you know, they on an option play, you know, and Harris I thought was churning pretty well and helped. You know, you expect Fitz to get the bigger runs more than Harris, but I thought we blocked and he made some good runs.
What'd you think of the targeting call when Kev asked?
Yeah, I don't know. Keep my mouth shut, I guess. Where's our AD? I know this. There's a good chance our AD would have been thrown out of that game. Right? I know him. I know. Hey, it's amazing. He's becoming. You can tell his maturity as an athletic director because walked in and calming me down and asked him. I said, "You've been thrown out of that game if this was baseball?" And he said, "Probably. There'd be a good chance something like that may happen." I've seen him having fire and his maturity to calm me down. So, hey, it is what it is.
Nick Gibson kind of moved up in the rotation, running back. What have you seen from him?
The same thing, you know, him and Kylan, both very talented players. You love to get them on the field, but you got to see them, you know, it's one of the hardest things because, you know, I mean, if you're a fan, you're starting to the film like, well, you see these two guys run with the ball. But there's a lot of other things you have to do. Like Harris played a bunch, had 9 carries. You know, there's a lot of other things you got to do, and they're still growing and maturing. And, you know, we got to, and Greg and I'm on with Greg Knox, just constantly staying with them and really trying to accelerate those guys because they're talented backs. We just got to make sure they can do all the other things when they're not carrying the ball the right way.
How do you help those guys mature in a week to play an LSU team?
They're an excellent football. Well, I mean, obviously they're a top 10 team or something like that. You know, I mean, and they got ridiculous amount of talent and. So we gotta, you know, we gotta take another step forward this week, and it's a great challenge for us to practice, you know, prepare harder, practice harder, play harder next Saturday.
It seems like tight ends had several key blocks throughout the game today. I'd imagine that opens up a lot of opportunities.
One of the great blocks was the block that Farad made, you know, on Fitz's touchdown to start the second half. You know, a lot of times you see that even running. And you end up with a big play, but then a holding penalty, and you know he's on a DB, a lesser guy, covered him up, did a great job, didn't get a great block, hands inside, finished the play, and we end up scoring. And so I thought they did a pretty good job today.